Welcome back to Devotions from History. In 1933, a German pastor said succinctly, "Christ has come to us in the person of Adolf Hitler." So despondent were the German people after World War I that the charismatic Hitler certainly seemed like the savior that they needed. But there was another German pastor and theologian who was determined to show the people of Germany that they did not need the savior that was Adolf Hitler. His name was Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Now, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, along with some other pastors, formed what became known as the Confessing Church after the Church of Germany was, taken over by the Nazi Party. And in 1933, the Confessing Church put together this statement and said that their first allegiance was to Jesus Christ, even before their allegiance to Germany. Well, Dietrich Bonhoeffer had always been a pacifist, but he soon found that resisting the Nazi regime was going to take a little more than what he had been prepared to do, and he had a tough decision to make. He was a very patriotic German man, but it had come to a point when he had to choose between his love and patriotism for his country and his obedience to Jesus Christ and what he knew to be right and just. Well, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, this pastor and theologian, signed on to be a double agent. He was working where he was supposed to be collecting information for Germany, but instead, as he was traveling around, he was helping the resistance movement as well as helping Jews to escape from Nazi Germany. Well, there came a day, a dark morning in April, when a long black Mercedes pulled up where Dietrich Bonhoeffer was staying, and two men got out and put him in the back of the car. And he spent the next 2 years in Germany's prison camps. And on April 9th of 1945, Dietrich Bonhoeffer was hanged at the direct order of Heinrich Himmler just 1 month before Germany surrendered to the Allies. Now, one of Dietrich Bonhoeffer's most famous quotes is this, that when God calls a man, he bids him come and die. Dietrich Bonhoeffer understood what it meant when Jesus said, "Take up your cross and follow me." I'm sure it was a very tough decision for a loyal, patriotic, young German man to choose obedience to what he believed to be just and right before his patriotism to his country, especially at a time when everyone was hailing this charismatic savior that was Adolf Hitler. But history has shown Dietrich Bonhoeffer to be a hero and Adolf Hitler to be a monster. We need to remember that when Jesus calls us and bids us to live in obedience to him, that it will cost us something. One of Bonhoeffer's greatest books is called The Cost of Discipleship. It is not free to obey the teachings of Jesus. It will cost you something. But history shows that the cost that we pay to obey Jesus, even if the cost is our very life, is a cost that is well worth making. So today, while you make history, remember where your first allegiance lies. It's to Jesus Christ and no one else.